Okay, well, here we are at Hurricane Brook camp area. I've spent some time and gathered some wood. I make a fire. I've prepped it, and we're gonna get that going shortly. Just wanted to show you the area, what I've been doing so far. It's my little setup area, prep station, if you will. Got my shavings and feather sticks. I'm gonna use some petroleum jelly soaked cotton balls, flint strike, ferrocerium rod. I got thumb sized fuel, pencil lead sized twigs, and pencil sized twigs. And over here I got a piece of hemlock bark and a brace. Get that all started and have a fire. Okay, so here I got fire tinder set up. I have the feather sticks and shavings, the petroleum jelly cotton ball, all set up on the bark and brace. And I'll strike that cotton ball with my ferrocerium rod, get some fire, and pile the other fuel on. And we're going to do that right now. And got a fire going. The cotton balls work really well. This will go up pretty quick shortly. As you can see, it's growing rather fast. Most of this is standing deadwood. Obviously there's a lot of snow cover, so really got to hunt for your firewood. You hear there is some wet stuff in there, but we got fire. And as you can see, we got a good fire going now. I upped the fuel size. We're obviously past the thumb size sticks, and pretty soon I will start putting in logs and have a nice burning fire, because I plan on being here for an hour or two, maybe 3. I got some stuff I want to make and some skills I want to practice. So check back in later. Alright, well, as you can see, I've been a little busy. Made myself a pot hook setup. I made a bail for my pot out of some snare wire, craft wire, whatever you want to call it. Twisted it together so it was a little stronger. It's 2 strands twist. And I got a little setup here to melt some snow. This will be just an experiment. Got a nice fire going, and now it's time to make some lunch. Alright, just to give you a rundown of what I got going on here to make my lunch. Some Gasline antifreeze, the methanol type. You can get it at Ocean State for $1 in a big old bottle. And here I have my alcohol stove and windscreen, just tin foil. I made my alcohol stove out of a iced tea can. A little cloth. This is a pot holder. Lunch, some Manny Chungs. Very good. High in sodium though, but good for a day hike. My glacial cup and some water. What I'm going to do is get this filled up with some alcohol. Light it with the windscreen around it. Bring some water to a boil, make myself some noodles. I'll probably check back in with the water boiling. And looks like we're doing good over here. Fire's a little low, I gotta tend to it, but I'm melting my snow, and the pot hook is holding up well. And we got a roaring boil. We'll add that to my noodle bowl, and I'll be having lunch in no time. The pot hook is working very well. I added more snow, so it's almost a full pot of water will be in there, so we can get that to boil. And there we have it. Little noodles to go, fresh and hot and ready to eat with a fire a couple miles out in the woods. Well, as you can see, mission accomplished. I got the water boiling. That's a little over 1 liter of water from snow. Alright, this is the pack that I'm wearing today. It's a Voodoo Tactical Matrix Assault Pack. I got it not too long ago. It's the first time out in the woods. I've been using it as an everyday carry. It's held up well. Today it's been full of camping and hiking equipment. However, it does have some added Maxpedition gear. I got a dump pouch. I got a mini roly-poly that holds my Nalgene bottle and my glacial cup. I also have the FR1 with tearaway panel for my first aid pouch. And of course I got my little red cross to denote it, because everybody needs to be like IA woodsman. Thanks a lot for all your information, by the way. I also have a Camelback 2-liter system. I'm liking it. It's my first time using a hydration system. It's pretty good. The pack carries well. I know a lot of people have had issues with this pack. So far I have not. Like I said, I've been using it as an everyday carry. Filled with about 40 pounds of papers and what have you, along with some of my normal kit that I keep in it. Today I'm carrying about 30 pounds with water and food and all my toys for the woods. It's held up pretty well so far. We'll see how it is at the end of the day. I'm going to maybe set up a tarp shelter for practice and then hike some more, and we'll see how. I'm thinking I'll probably put about 5 miles and maybe 6 miles in the woods on it with about 30 pounds of gear. These are like micro spikes, however they are not. They're Hillside or something, I don't know. They are like $10 cheaper, and EMS on for 20% off while supplies last. I like them. They work pretty good. Today's the first day I've used them. I've hiked so far about 2.5 miles in them. I took them off because by the campsite here that I have set up, the fire melted all the snow. So it's the ground's kind of, these aren't very comfortable to walk on normal ground. They're excellent to walk on snow and ice. You don't feel that they're on there at all, other than the fact you have remarkable traction. However, walking on dirt, which they're not really intended for, is uncomfortable because all the little pressure points you have put on your feet. However, I have been walking around camp here without them on, and I have noticed a huge difference in my traction. It is actually pretty slippery out here. I did not realize that because I had these on all morning. So this is a good buy. I would recommend them. Nothing's broken so far. You know, it's only been a couple miles. There's some decently rugged terrain. You know, mostly all class 1 though, and barely some class 2 trails. So they're decent though. Hopefully they'll last a while. All right, next up we have my Cold Steel Tomahawk, the Trailhawk model. This has processed all my firewood today. It's done an excellent job. I stripped the head, then I filed it down and sharpened the heck out of it. It is pretty sharp. It's not anymore. I'm gonna have to retune it up when I get home, but I've been beating on it pretty good. The only thing I don't like, even though I sanded the handle and oiled it, I just when I got it, the handle was all chewed up at the top like it is here now, and I'll just probably get another handle, but you know, you can get them out of house handle for like $5, so it's not a big deal. Other than that, this thing has performed very well, and I see why everybody recommends them. So that's that. Alright, just warm it up a little bit by the fire. Not much of a fire, I kind of let it die down because I was out over there where that blue tarp is, making an emergency shelter, practicing. So the pot hook held up all day. The water is getting very low, obviously a lot of it's boiled off. That was a success. That's very handy to know. I like that. I'm gonna use that again. And then coming over here, did a little shelter practice. Had a failure with this tarp. This is just a little $9 5x7 tarp from Walmart. Basically, I used taut line hitches and toggles, so it's fully adjustable. You can just, whoop, you know, and loosen it up, or you can tighten it. Hard to do one-handed, but believe me, it works. That's that. You know, obviously I need a better tarp. Here's where I had the failure. I just made a hole and secured it with a toggle. Again, that's a ridge line. This is just practice setting it up. I have actual ridge line and everything that I would use for this that I've made. But seeing how this isn't really the tarp, I noticed the toggle, the grommets, oh god, you can loosen it one hand, you can't tighten it one hand. The grommets weren't big enough for my to do toggles with my ridge line. So that's that. Let's see if I can tighten this up here. It is really hard to do one-handed. See if I can do this. Yeah, that's not gonna work.